Hello and welcome to this 8th session wherein we are now going to explore about multi-camera editing. In our last 7th session, we successfully edited one particular project where we created a 1-minute trailer for a National Geographic film on aeroplanes. Now in this session, we have got a new challenge. Now here, one of my student has already created a short video, he has edited it, and now in this edited video he wants me to add a clip, an interview clip. The only difference is in our previous project when we did the work, there we had a single camera interview and we edited it, whereas here the entire interview is shot in two cameras in two different angles. Now we are going to take the interview from different angles and making this kind of edit where any interview or any event, after this we will be doing another project of a musical album where a music concert is recorded in 8 cameras, and we are going to take this 8 camera recording and we are going to cut it and we are going to make a musical album, and combining this multi-camera pictures and editing it is what we called as multi-cam editing. So in this session we are going to explore about this multi-cam editing. So for this I am going to now launch Resolve. If Resolve is not yet launched, double click and launch it. Now once Resolve is launched, now here as usual I am now going to share you the source files of this multi-camera recording. Whatever clip my student has shared with me, I am going to share it with you. So for this, if you come in your YouTube or in the link that I have provided to you, if you come to that link, in the link, if you click on the link, it is going to get downloaded. You can download this link, and this is a zip file which is approximately, this is a little around 255 MB folder. I have this file. I am going to take this file and copy into the folder where we are working with Resolve files. So I will come to multicam editing, and here I am going to copy this file, and now I am going to right click on this and I am going to extract this entire zip file. And once I extract this file, extraction is done. If you open it, you will see a folder with the extension .dra. Now here I want you to understand what is this .dra. .dra stands for DaVinci Resolve Archive. And what is this archive is, say for example in our previous session we made a trailer of aeroplane, you did it on your machine, and now you want to send it to some other editor who is say in London or he is in Spain, and you have to send the file to him. And when you want to migrate your edited file from one place to another, we are going to send the file by creating archives. Say for example, I will come back here to DaVinci Resolve. I have already created this Age of Aeroplanes trailer to this file. I have already edited it, and to share this entire project with some other user who is somewhere located globally at some place, I want to share this clip with him, means what I have to do is I have to first archive this clip so that I can send the entire project along with the media files and all the associated files. So for this I will just right click on this, and you have an option here, see, export project archive, you have an option. So select this option, export project archive, and now come to your folder. Say for example, I come to my folder, and in this intro to editing, I am going to, in this folder I am going to give this a name. I am going to call this as airplane trailer. I will give it the name, and if I click on save, then you see a option here which it asks what all should be archived. In this, keep the media files checked on, but you can switch off the render cache file and proxy media files. These two are not required. So with media files enabled, if you click OK, now what happens is the entire project of yours is archived. Say for example, if I come here and in the project, if I come here, you are now going to see a folder airplane underscore trailer.dra, and if I open this folder, you have one DaVinci Resolve project file, project.drp, then a folder called media files, and if you open it, it has all the audio and video clips. Now whatever file you have just now downloaded, this also has the same structure. In this multicamera.dra, if you open it, there is a project.davinci resolve project file .drp file, and in media files you have all your audio files. See, you have all your video and audio files placed over here. You can see all this, and this is placed in this media files. Now what I want is, say this project has been sent to me from my student, and how are we going to open this project in Resolve? The way we are going to do is, I will come back to DaVinci Resolve now. I am going to right click here and choose an option here called Restore Project Archive. Click on this, and now browse to the folder where you have your multicamera.dra. You open this folder, and now, or I will select this multicamera.dra and click open. Now as soon as you click on open, now immediately you can see here a new sequence has been created, or the new project has been created, which is called as a multi-camera project. Now if I double click and open it, now whatever editing was done by my student, that entire file is available to you over here. So now if I come to the edit tab here, you can see in this you have two main folders. One is Jitterbug Riot, and in this you have Miserable Girl, one folder. Then another is Citizen Chain, and in that you have two folders. One is B-roll folder and another is interviews folder. Then you have timeline folder, in which you already have one timeline already edited by my student, which is called as Citizen Chain Multi-camera. So if I double click it, this is going to open Citizen Chain Multi-camera underscore start. Now I am going to select this sequence, and I am going to just Control C, I will copy it, and press Control V to paste it. So I got a copy of this sequence, and I am going to call this as, now I will give it the name Citizen Chain Multicam underscore, I will give it the version number as 1, and I am going to double click to open it. Now if you open this timeline and if you see it, in this timeline when I play it, here you are seeing a small video wherein you have a cycling person entering, he lands. So this is a short video that has been created, edited by my student. He has already done the video ready, Now only thing why he has sent the file to me is at this point, that is at the last but one previous cut. If I press the up arrow and down arrow and if I move it, at this point he wants me to add an interview. And to add this interview, if you come to your, that is media pool, you have in the citizen chain a folder called interviews, and in this interviews folder if you see there are two clips. If I double click the first clip and if I open it and if I play it, I will close this inspector so that I can have both the views now, and if I play
and
it,
the name citizen chain
you are seeing an
That
interview,
is the
and this interview is playing now in one angle, and if I double click the other one, you have the same interview
that is the
taken in another camera by a different angle. And now at this point I am going to add this multi-camera sequence. And to add this sequence, the very first thing we have to do is, let us select both these clips now, right click and choose the option create new timeline using selected clips. You choose this option, and here in the timeline name I am going to call this as citizen sync, or the name of this interviewer is Sasha. I will give it the name as Sasha underscore sync. I have given it the name as Sasha underscore sync, and this timeline you can use the same project setting, or if you off it, if you come to format, see this is 1920 into 1080 24 frames per second. This is what is the format in which the file has been shot. So for this I will come back to general, and if I click create, now you have a new timeline here, Sasha underscore sync, which has two clips placed next to each other. Now the first thing I want to do is, instead of placing both the clips in the same track, I will select this second clip and move it to the top so that video and audio both are separated as a separate clip. Now I have moved it to the top. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to select both the clips here, and after I select both the clips I will right click, and in the option you can see one option called auto align clips, and in auto align clips you have two options based on time code and based on waveform. Now right now here I have not synchronized the time code of the two clips. The two cameras doesn't have a synchronized time code, so I cannot use time code as the auto align parameter. I am now going to use the waveform. So here I will come to auto align clip, and if I choose based on waveform, and when I select it, you can immediately see that both the clips are clearly actually aligned, and you just have a look at, I will press shift and zoom it, and I will zoom this audio track. If required I will make it little bigger. You just see, I will alt and zoom, you can see these two waveforms, they are exactly matching each other. So now DaVinci Resolve, with shift I will scroll down to reduce the height now, and I will also bring this down. So now what DaVinci Resolve does is, if you use auto align clip using the waveform, DaVinci Resolve will automatically see the waveform, and based on the audio information of the two cameras, both the shots will be synchronized. So we have a sequence where we have two clips which are auto aligned based on their waveform. Now the next thing I am going to do is, This sequence where I have synced the audio, I am going to come over here, and in this media pool you have this Sasha sync timeline. I am going to right click on it, and in the right click you have an option here, convert timeline to multicam clip. Select this option, and as soon as I select this option, this timeline is closed, and now this Sasha sync is no more a sequence, but it is a clip. If I double click it, just like any other clip, this is going to open in the source window, but only difference is now you have two windows. One is marked as video 1 and another is marked as video 2. The name video 1 and video 2 is coming from the channel name over here in the timeline. From them this name is taken, and now just like any other clip, I am going to mark an in and out for this clip. So I am going to start from the starting, and I am going to play it first. Here I will move back, I will play it.
The name Citizen Chain, is there?
That is the brainchild of my partner.
As soon as you say my partner, that is approximately at 5 second 14 frame, I will mark an in point.
He named the shop.
No, not rename the shop. After that, I will press J and rewind.
Yeah.
So somewhere at 6 seconds 18 frames, I am going to mark the in point. Then I am going to play the clip.
I was a big fan of Orson Welles. I had done several projects on him, going through school and stuff like that. So I appreciated the pun and the play on the word of Citizen Kane, Citizen Chain. And then only after we named the shop, by certain course of events, we found out that Rosebud was really a bicycle. The inspiration for Rosebud as a sled was a bicycle that the screenwriter had as a child.
So here, I will just take the previous shot here somewhere.
It's really a bicycle. The inspiration.
To bicycle, I will end it.
We found out that Rosebud was really a bicycle.
Bicycle. I will end it out here. Okay.
The inspiration for Rosebud as a sled was a bicycle that the screenwriter had as a child.
Okay, I will end it here, where the screenwriter had as a child. So I am going to have marked the in and out point, and after marking it, just like any other clip, I am going to create this insert edit. So when I click on insert edit now, exactly at this point, at this penultimate cut, that is the previous last but one cut, this clip will be inserted. The keyboard shortcut is F9. So when I press F9, you can see this clip has been inserted. So after this,
I was a big fan of Orson Welles. I had done several projects on him.
See, you have this clip running. Now in this clip, I am going to do some finer edits. Say for example, when I play this clip,
I was a big fan of Orson Welles. I had done several projects on him, going through school and stuff like that.
So here, once he says, I will just zoom it, Alt and roll the middle mouse to zoom it. See here.
I was a big fan of Orson Welles. I had done several projects on him.
When he says, on him, I have done several projects on him. At this point, I am going to cut the clip. So I am going to press B on my keyboard. That will activate my blade tool, and with this snapping on, if I just click it once, the clip is cut here. Now again I am going to play it.
Going through school and stuff like that. So I appreciated the pun and the play on the word of Citizen Kane, Citizen Chain. And then only after we named the shop.
So here, say for example,
going through school and stuff like that. So I
say stuff like that. I want the next shot to start from this so here I will just press Ctrl B. Sorry, I will press Ctrl Z, bring the mouse, remove the mouse from here and press Ctrl B. When you press Ctrl B, you can see the clip is exactly cut here. Press A to take the selection tool, select this and press the delete button or shift and backspace. This clip is removed. So now if I play this,
projects on him, so I appreciated the pun and the play on the word of Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane.
okay, this first cut is fine. Now again when I play the clip,
And then only after
see here there is a big
Kane, Citizen Shane, and then
so I doesn't want this so what I will do is I will bring the mouse somewhere here, and this time I am going to use a separate method of cutting the clip. Here I will press I and I will mark an in point and then I will play it. So after I play it here, I come here and I will press O to mark the out point, and with in and out mark, if I press the del key or shift and backspace, see that portion of clip is now removed. So now if I play this,
Shane, and then only after we named the shop.
okay, this is fine. And next, the next cut that I want is I am going to play
Certain
now.
course of events, we found out that Rosebud was really a bicycle. The inspiration for Rosebud as a sled was a bicycle that the screenwriter had as a child.
Okay, now here the second cut I want is,
And then only after we named the shop by
say by
we named the
here,
shop
I will come here and I will mark an in.
by certain course of events, we found out that Rose.
So okay, till here we found, till this point I will mark O. I have marked I and O here, and now again I will press the del key or shift and backspace. This clip is removed. So now if I play this,
And then only after we named the shop, we found out that Rosebud was really.
this is fine. Now here one more thing is, if I come back to the previous shot here, see here,
Several projects on him, so I appreciate.
see when it changes
I've
to
done several
so,
projects on him, so I.
see this cut, I will select this cut, I will press the top arrow and come to this cut, and at this cut, see now with alt and middle mouse roll I will zoom it, and now see this cut is selected. Now use your keyboard shortcut. If I press period, see now I will use the trim mode, press T to select the trim tool, bring the mouse on the right hand side here, and if I press the period button, see you can see the clip is moving forward. Okay, and one second, I will just press the comma key. Okay, I will just undo this. See here I will, with the trim tool selected, if I press the period key, see I will select this clip, and if I press the period key now, you can see now the frames are added. Okay, if I press the comma key, the frames are removed. Period key adds the frames, comma key removes the frame. So by using this, and in between now click somewhere and click the forward slash
I've
button.
done several projects on him, so I appreciated the pun and.
So that will preview the cut. Again I can select this, I will select this clip here, and if the cut is not good I will press comma, again press forward
I've
slash.
done several projects on him, so I appreciated the pun and the play on
Okay,
the
if
word.
required, again
Citizen
I
Kane,
will
Citizen
press,
Shane.
I will
And
stop the playback. Now again I will press comma, say, and now by pressing comma I will remove of this so letter itself. I doesn't need it. Now if I press the forward slash button,
I've done several projects on him. I appreciated the pun.
okay,
and
now
the
it
play
is
on-
fine. So now see, just by using the trim mode and by comma, full stop and forward slash, we are able to add and remove the clip and preview the cut. So these are the keyboard shortcuts that you have to practice to make your editing faster in DaVinci Resolve. Now here Right now I will click on zoom extent and I will zoom out the entire clip now. So once I have edited this voiceover, now when I play this clip, see,
several projects on him. I appreciated
see, you have a jump here.
several projects on him. I appreciate.
See, basically why we use multi-camera recording during interviews is, say for example when the person is talking, he fumbles, or you remove some clips, and when you do the cut there will be a jump. So to avoid this jump, this is the main reason why we take multi-camera recording for interviews. Now here, if you see this clip here there is a jump.
Several projects on him. I appreciate.
See, people will come to know that the shot has been
Several
cut
projects
here.
on him. I appreciate.
So to avoid this, what I am going to do is, I will press A and select the selection tool, and I will select this clip, right click, and in here in the option switch multicam clip angle, here I will choose the video 2. Now what happens is, now if I play it,
Wells, I had done several projects on him. I appreciated the pun and the play on the word of Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane. And then only after we named the shop, we found out that
again here there is a cut.
after we named the shop, we found out that Rose.
I will do the same thing here. I will select this clip, right click, and I am going to now choose switch multicam clip angle to video 2. So now,
Wells,
see,
I had done several projects on him. I appreciated the pun and the play on the word of Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane. And then only after we named the shop, we found out
one thing is,
Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane. And then
I doesn't want this
Citizen Kane,
here.
Citizen Shane. And then
So what I will do is, I will press the T key, come to this trim view, press the top arrow key, come to this point, select this clip here, and if I press the comma button, see, that is cut, that frame is cut. So if I press comma again, one more frame is cut. So now if I play it,
Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane. And then only after we named Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane. And then only after we Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane. And then only
still it is there. So I will again come back here and press the comma few more times, and now
Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane. And then only after we
see, now that I is totally removed.
Citizen Kane,
See?
Citizen Shane. And then only after we named
Okay, so this cut is now fine. So we have added, using the multicam clip, we have added camera 1 clip here, camera 2 here, camera 1 again here, and camera 2 here. Okay, now the next thing is, when I am playing the
I
clip,
was a big fan of Orson Welles. I had done several projects on him. I appreciated the pun and the play on the word.
see here, this shot
pun,
appears
the
too
play on
long
the-
for me.
no,
So that's why here,
I appreciated the pun and the
at this point, I want this clip to change back to the front shot. So I will bring the point exactly to this point, the playhead, and if I press Ctrl B, see, a cut is added over here. Now I select the second clip. Now I am going to select the second clip. I am going to right click this and then come here, switch multi-clip angle, and I am going to choose video 1. Now if I play
on
it,
him. I appreciated the pun and the play on the word of Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane. And then only
see, this again I have to change from camera 1 to camera 2, otherwise I will have a jump. See now,
Kane, Citizen Shane. And then only after we named the shop, we found out that
again here I will change it back to video 1. So now if I play it,
Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane. And then only after we named the shop, we found out that Rosebud was really a bicycle. The inspiration for Rosebud as a sled was a bicycle that the screenwriter had as a child.
okay, so this appears to be fine. So if required, inside
We found
in
out that
between
Rosebud
this,
was really a bicycle.
after bicycle, I will add one more Control B here.
The inspiration for Rosebud.
The inspiration for Rosewood still here. I will press Control B, and now I will select this clip, right click, and I am going to change the angle to video 2. So now
Was really a bicycle. The inspiration for Rosebud as a sled was a bicycle that the screenwriter had as a child.
Okay, now this appears to be fine. I will press Ctrl S and I am going to save this. Now here, before I come to the last part of this, one thing I want to explain to you is, when we are creating the edit, I want you to introduce two more terms. One is called as the J cut and another is called as the L cut. What does this J cut and L cut mean is, now say for example, when you are playing this clip, you have this visual, and now what happens is, see, when the shot and the audio changes together, the viewer is able to identify that there is a cut, there is a shortcut. So I doesn't want this to happen. Then what we can do is this, and I will disable this link option. I will disable the linked selection option. I have disabled it. I will come to this point, and now if I move this, see, now what happens is, as I move this, I will switch off the snap tool also, and as I move this, see, now what happens is, now you can see the audio starts first and after some time the visual comes, and this cut we call it as a J cut. And here in J cut, now when I play it,
I was a big fan of Orson Welles.
See, here this is called as a J cut. So when you do the editing, audio starts first.
I was a big fan of Orson Welles. I had done several projects on him.
And similarly now when it comes to the conclusion,
writer had as a child.
Okay, I doesn't want the audio and video to end at the same spot. So for this, again I will press the bottom arrow and come to this cut. See that the link is off and also the snapping is off, and with the trim tool selected, I will slightly drag this back, see, so that the audio doesn't overlap with this sound. So now if I play this, see,
as a sled was a bicycle that the screenwriter had as a child.
Okay, this creates a more dramatic effect, and here this kind of cut is called as L cut, where the audio is going to lead over the video. Here video is, that is audio is trailing the video, here audio is leading the video. This is called as L cut and we call this as the J cut. We did this J cut and L cut very easily using this trim mode. Now the next thing here is, see, again I will come over here and this time I will enable link. I will enable this link option. Clips here, I am going to take the selection tool now, not the trim tool, selection tool, and I will select all these clips, and here right click and you have an option here called as flatten multicam clip, and here then you have two options, copying multicam grades or retaining grades from angles. This is for color grading. Right now we have not applied anything, so that's not an issue. So I will just choose copying multicam grades. If I click on this option, now see what happened is, this Sasha Singh clip is not at all present in the timeline. See, even if I select this Sasha Singh, even if I select it and if I delete this clip also, nothing is going to happen. This is because now what has happened is, this multicam clip has been converted into individual clip. As of now I doesn't want to delete it, so I will go back to edit and I will undo it. This means that now these clips are directly replaced here once I flattened it, and now if I play this,
I was a big fan of Orson Welles. I had done several projects on him. I appreciated the pun and the play on the word of Citizen Kane, Citizen Shane. And then only after we named the shop, we found out that Rosebud was really a bicycle. The inspiration for Rosebud as a sled was a bicycle that the screenwriter had as a child.
Fine, we have completed this project. So, this was our first multicam editing. So, in multicam editing, we took the interview in 2 different camera angles. We just added it in a timeline and created an align with clips using the waveform. Then we converted it into multicam clip, and wherever we cut the shot to remove the unwanted sound, we use the other angle pitch so that we can remove the jumps. And also we also learnt about J cut and L cut, where we make the audio lead the video or audio trail the video, so that when you are watching it, audio and video doesn't cut at the same time, so that the viewer will know exactly, oh, the editor has marked in here and he has cut it. If you want to avoid that effect, we slightly make the audio lead or trail the video, and that we achieved it using the J cut and the L cut. In our next session, we are going to go through a more complicated multicam editing, where we are going to create a music album of a singer by recording it using 8 cameras. This, let us do it in our next session. Thank you.